Yeah, Victoria police say 2 people arrested now after that violent confrontation involving a machete in Beacon Hill Park, kind of off Dallas Road there Friday night, left 3 people injured. What do we know, and what else can we get out there about this story that has a lot of people kind of concerned? Inspector Jeff Lawson with the Victoria Police Department joining us on the line. Sir, how you doing?
I'm doing well, Ryan. How are you?
I'm doing all right, but this is, one of those things that's understandably shocking, and understandably a lot of people are talking about this kind of attack. What can you tell us about where the story sits right now?
Yeah, sure. I can tell you that this incident that's been reported on before occurred on Friday night at around 10 o'clock on Dallas Road. Our officers were called to an assault in progress down there, and when they arrived on scene, they encountered a large group of people. 3 people had been injured via an assault with a weapon. Our officers on scene were able to provide first aid to the injured people. 2 of those injured parties were transported to hospital, and we were able to locate 2 suspects and arrest them on Dallas Road. Our major crime unit and our forensic investigators were called out, and they investigated this throughout the weekend and resulted in recommending charges against 2 people, 1 adult and 1 youth. Those charges have been approved. They include aggravated assault and assault with a weapon, amongst a couple of other charges there. And those 2 suspects are in custody right now.
So they're remaining in custody, which is a big, important part. Charges have been laid. So that was the big update yesterday on this case. And where does it go from here?
So our investigators are continuing to investigate it. Just because we made a couple arrests doesn't mean the investigation is over. There was a lot of witnesses, multiple victims. They still have a lot of work to do getting a hold of these witnesses, talking to them, getting their accounts, and getting that investigation all buttoned up. There's also, as you're aware, there's considerable speculation online regarding what's occurred. And with, like many of our investigations, the information circulating on social media, I just want to warn people, it may be incomplete or inaccurate, or based on unverified accounts. And our investigators, we have to carefully review all of the available evidence, and that includes social media, and kind of sorting through that and seeing what is accurate, what's verified, and to establish the facts.
Yeah, I think that's an interesting part of the story, because I certainly have seen a lot written about this by various people on message boards or social media platforms. Something like this is quite shocking, and you can see why people would be going online to talk about what they know and share or try to find out more about it. And I guess one of the awkward things here is because it's an active investigation, you can't necessarily get into some of those details, but what can you say about the information that's wrong out there? And I don't know, I guess just, what is it that you can share to help guide us through a lot of that?
Yeah, I think you hit it there. It is still an active investigation, so we can't, and it's going before the courts, so we can't say a lot. I just want to kind of re-emphasize, though, to warn people, not everything that you see online is accurate, and our investigators, it's their job to sort through that, to look at the detailed first-hand witness accounts and figure out what is accurate and put the accurate case forward to Crown so they can prosecute the individuals.
Jeff, were the weapons seized as well?
I can't comment on that at this time. I'm sorry, Lisa.
Okay, fair enough.
And another thing that I think I'm going to phrase it this way: some of what I think is misinformation, but I'm not sure, and we can't really get into it, is to do with the injuries sustained by the people who were victimized here. But one thing I think I can ask is how are they doing? What can you tell us about the state of the victims? And I know non-life-threatening injuries was what was used to describe what happened to them, but what can you tell us about how they're doing right now?
So what I can tell you is that there were 3 victims when our officers arrived on scene, and they were able to provide first aid. 2 of the victims were transported to hospital, and both have since been released.
Okay, so everybody's out of hospital now, which I guess is a good sign. But I mean, still going to be a traumatic event to go through, which will have lasting impacts psychologically, I'd imagine.
Yeah, for sure it will, and that's one of the things that our officers consider, and the courts will consider as well.
Can you share a gender of victims?
No, at this stage, I cannot share that.
Okay.
Well, there you go. That is what we know so far. And, just a warning about some of the misinformation that might not be correct about this machete attack story that has been talked about greatly here in the Greater Victoria area since it happened on Friday night. And I guess we'll leave this story here. If you know anything, you're still trying to talk to witnesses. Like you said, the investigation isn't over. So what are you looking for from the public here?
This investigation is not over, and we rely on community cooperation. So if there's anybody out there, there was a lot of people down there at that time, and our officers have to talk to everybody. So if we haven't reached out to you and you did witness this, please reach out to us. We do want to hear from you.
Can you just refresh us once more exactly where this occurred? So in case someone was in the area?
It's the gazebo on Dallas Road, right at the corner of Dallas Road and Camas Circle.
Okay.
That's where it happened. And one other thing, while you're putting out this call for witnesses, there is another case that you're investigating. You're also looking to talk to witnesses on. This was this unprovoked assault on a woman that took place last weekend. We're hearing about it was a woman waiting for a bus in the 600 block of Johnson Street when a stranger hit her over the head. And the suspect described as a man in his 30s and 40s with a medium build. He was wearing a baseball cap, a dark hoodie, jacket, and pants. So that's what we know so far. That's another one you're trying to get some witnesses on or to come forward about, right?
Yeah, that happened, Ryan, on July 5th at about 10:30 at night, and it happened at the corner of Johnson Street and Broad Street. And you described the witness or described the suspect there, but I'll just describe it again because we are looking for anybody that may have been in the area and seen something out of place to give us a call and notify us. Again, it was a 30 to 40-year-old male, medium build, wearing a baseball hat, a dark hooded jacket, and pants.
All right. Well, there you go. A couple of cases Victoria Police are working on, and they are asking for witnesses. In the meantime, thank you so much for talking to us about what we know about these stories. That is Inspector Jeff Lawson with the Victoria Police. Much appreciated.
Thank you, guys. Have a good day.